God, Triple H is just punching the hell out of Orton. Oh, he's amped up. The emotion. The fire of Triple H. Oh my God, this is so... This journey,
actually sparkles
this
coming
journey that they're taking us on. Not the pedigree.
Oh my God!
Oh my God.
Can't believe that happened.
1, 2. Yes! Oh, that was amazing.
It took so much energy for me to do that.
And you weren't doing it as convincing as I was, I don't think. But you know, just,
no, because well, it took me a while to understand what riveting means.
I said act riveted. Yeah, that was definitely one of the worst WrestleMania main events of all time, without a shadow of a doubt. And we'll get to that when we talk about this show. And welcome back to 30 Days of Mania, WrestleMania 25. Yeah, so the first match we're going to talk about is Undertaker and Shawn. Actually, we'll get this shit out of the way first, shall we?
I know. Let's get them right.
Yeah. Orton and Triple H, right?
They're in the background.
They were feuding for the Triple H's WWE title. Why Triple H had the title at this point, I can't even remember. Orton won the Rumble, and then they kind of engaged in this feud where Orton was this huge heel, just dogging Triple H and, you know, kicking Vince McMahon in the head. They'd now acknowledged that Triple H was kind of in the McMahon family, and you know, he gave Stephanie McMahon an RKO, gave her a DDT, kissed her in front of Triple H while he was handcuffed to the ropes. Triple H invaded Orton's home with an actress playing Orton's wife, you know, beat Orton through this set probably and threw him through a fake window, and they pushed this feud very hard, and for me, it just never clicked. It never clicked, and you can see as much at the end of this. Well, there's some people clapping, but it's quite a lackluster response for the end of the 25th WrestleMania.
And throughout the whole match, really.
Throughout the whole match.
And that wasn't just because Undertaker and Shawn Michaels was on before that.
Yeah.
Or it's Steve Austin.
Yeah.
Riding around.
Yeah, we'll get to that as well. But you know,
they would be like that even if they were in the beginning.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something about it. For me, I think it's because Orton was a great heel, but I never really bought Triple H as a face. You know, I mean, it's just, you know, it's cool to cheer him when he's in DX and stuff and having a laugh, but in a serious feud like this, it just, you know, there's bits where Orton was doing stuff and he's like all evil and stuff, and Triple H is like, you know, getting upset about it, and so it's just Triple H is supposed to be this badass. Well, I guess he was doing the whole, you know, just the angry stuff, but none of it ever clicked with me, and I don't think it clicked with the fans. And Triple H can, you know, Undertaker Shawn Michaels happened at this event, obviously, and it went on in the middle of the show. Obviously, it drained the crowd's, you know, energy levels. And, you know, Triple H even said that on his DVD. He said that, you know, it was a great match, but he just felt like turning around to them saying, fuck you guys, you know, because you kind of, you know, how can you follow that? But I even think, even still, it just, the match was just so
boring.
It was so stock. It was just, you know, slow, ambling.
We only watched 2 matches, and we didn't have the energy to like it.
It was just slow, ambling. Wasn't much heat to it, you know. And then that's the thing, it was such a heated feud, and it was a match where if you get disqualified, you lose the title. And I think he said that in his DVD as well. He's like, oh, well, we couldn't do anything, you know, we couldn't get disqualified, so we were in a really tough spot. Really?
I just remember
Triple H, I'm sure you could just make the match a no DQ match and just, you know, make it so.
I just remember something with a hammer and then the announcer table.
Yeah, they did a back body drop on the announcer table, didn't break. That was cool, you know, I mean, it's not a bad match.
He hit it himself, he missed him.
It wasn't a bad match, but it just wasn't a standout one at all. And at the beginning of the match, Orton hits his RKO, and then Triple H hits a pedigree, and then they're selling it for a while, and then they're just back up and brawling. It just meant nothing to me. I don't know what they were going for.
I was hoping it was over with the RKO.
Maybe someone could enlighten me to the psychology behind that, but it just didn't work for me. So there you go, there's the main event of WrestleMania 25. We don't really need to cover that anymore.
If they knew anything about psychology, they would do something different about the WrestleMania they're doing now.
Well, yeah, here we go. That's the thing. We're looking at another kind of lackluster main event this year, which is a shame. But or maybe we're not, because by the time people are watching this, the main thing, the whole card for WrestleMania 30 will be locked down. But you know, as it is, as we're filming this, it's not really that certain yet.
Nothing's set in stone yet.
Well,
Completely.
not completely. I mean, anything can change, but you know, still, we'll see what happens. But the people watching this now will know more than we do right now. So we watched a bit of the Jericho versus the Legends match. He had a handicap match against Jimmy Snuka, Roddy Piper, and Ricky Steamboat, and I loved that. It was kind of a cool thing to do, to get some legends on the show. You know, you had Piper and Steamboat who wrestled on WrestleMania 1. You know, Snuka was involved in the main event WrestleMania 1. It was a very cool thing. I really enjoyed it. Obviously Snuka couldn't do much. Piper was fun to watch, but you know, he's never really been a great wrestler. Anyway, he's more about just the fight and the brawling and the, you know, the charisma of his personality and stuff. Steamboat, when I watched this live, me and my mate were just flipping out for this, because Steamboat was doing these arm drags and he was jumping over the top rope, and it was just like, you have these old wrestlers and they always come back and they always have another match, they always have another match. Steamboat was gone for years, you know, no one knew what he could do, and he was almost like he hadn't missed a beat. Obviously you could tell he was older, obviously you could tell he wasn't as fast, but he was still going for it and he was still wrestling really well. And it was just a WrestleMania moment for me, loved it. So yeah, now we're going to finish by talking about Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. Anything you want to say about this match?
Well, it's one of my favorites, but I think that my #1 favorite is the next year.
WWE match, yeah.
But that's because of what happens with it.
Yeah.
And of course, my favorite expression ever on Undertaker's face, right above Shawn Michaels' butt after doing the tombstone and him kicking out. Because that's not supposed to happen, but that face was so precious that I think I did a still shot of it and had a profile picture for a little bit, didn't I?
Did you?
I think so.
At the time.
Or at least I posted it on Facebook afterwards because it's just so funny. And of course nobody I know even knows about wrestling, so nobody reacted except for him.
Yeah. We weren't together when that happened, but I must have shown it to you soon after we met. That's probably when you took a screenshot of it. And I must have shown you
25?
Yeah, that was
4 years ago.
No, that was April 2009. We didn't even know we existed at that point. But yeah, I probably showed it to you.
And of course his moonsault.
Yeah.
Yeah. With a cameraman that got fired afterwards, probably.
No. It wasn't a moonsault. His suicide dive.
A suicide dive.
Yeah, moonsault is when you do a backflip.
It was a proper dive.
Yeah. It was proper suicide dive. He almost killed himself.
Yeah, he was. He actually did. Like, he hit the floor.
Whenever I talk about this match, I have to talk about how it was when I watched it live, and that was just... Earlier on that night, we were in a car park, and people were like arranging what they were doing, and I was saying, oh, who wants to bet that this is the year that Undertaker finally falls short on his suicide dive? And we were like, ah, and then it happened. And I thought he broke his neck. I thought they were going to have to call the match off. And, you know, they play it where, you know, Shawn gets in the ring, he's like, count him out, count him out. Undertaker gets in just before the 10 count, and then he stands up literally and just chokeslams Shawn and pins him. And I thought they were just going to end it because Undertaker was hurt. But he kicked out, and then that's when it just kicked off when we were watching it. We just couldn't believe it, and it just kept going and going, and seemingly Undertaker was just fine from it. It was crazy. He really could have broke his neck.
Yeah.
You know, paralyzed,
or worse,
or been paralyzed,
or died.
Yeah, that's possible. It is possible.
Yeah.
You know, considering how big of a frame the Undertaker has, he's like, you know, nearly 7 foot.
So heavy.
Yeah, and the weight.
Straight down.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as bad as it looks. I think he really, I don't know whether he should have tucked or not, but yeah,
it looks really bad.
He tucked just enough to not seriously fuck himself, but it was so close. I mean, crazy. But yeah,
that's probably because I don't know, he was thinking fast enough, like, okay, he's not catching me now, I have to do something, and it was the split of a second.
Yeah.
And he had to react and do something.
It's a tough judgment call to make. I think the reason this match is so special is everyone thought it was going to be really good, but no one thought it would be that great. It was just kind of one of those things like, oh cool, this is like a Legends match at WrestleMania, you know, these two are going to have a really good one. But it just turned out to be, you know, like a 5-star, I think it's the best WrestleMania match. It just, the crowd, everything, the way it built up. I thought the opening was really good, some great little psychology, and then of course the dive happened, then it just all changes and goes into the big moves, and it just keeps going and going, you don't know what's happening, he kicks out the tombstone. I don't know whether it's just me, the only person in the world, but when he kicked out of the tombstone, Undertaker's face was like, you know, against Shawn's thigh, there's like just in utter disbelief. Everyone was just pissing themselves laughing. I was just like, I loved it. I just thought it was such a powerful moment because you never really saw emotion from the Undertaker, you know, at least when he's in the dead man character. When, you know, you never really see him kind of have any shock on his face or anything. He's usually just so stern, and just to see him be like, you know,
you gotta say though, it's fucking hilarious.
I don't know, maybe I guess I was just so caught up in the moment that I didn't have time to find it funny, and
yeah,
so
but
since then I've never really found it.
It's a funny face.
No, it still gets me.
It's
I don't know.
all over
it's just one of
the
those
internet.
things that's never really made me laugh that much. I can definitely see why it's funny, but I always just.
And his eyes with the eyeliner make them look even rounder, like they're about to pop out of his skull, and the pink face. He gets really, really pink, like super pink.
Yeah.
It's funny.
No, I'm not saying it's not funny.
It's great too.
Yeah.
Of course, I understand what you mean, but it's funny.
Yeah, I'm just saying, for me, it was never one that I found that hilarious. I just loved the moment. The ending was just perfect. I just when he goes to the,
How do you catch someone like that? You have to explain it.
You be the Undertaker.
Maybe
and you catch him.
nobody here knows what he did.
Oh yeah, well Shawn, you know, he goes for the moonsault off the turnbuckle, and the Undertaker just catches him almost perfectly. There was a bit of a stagger, but catches him pretty much exactly in the position for the tombstone.
It's not possible to do it any better, I'm saying.
Yeah, it was just unbelievable. Just
Great.
Just an amazing match. Two of the best, and I love the fact that that was one of Shawn's last matches, and it was one of his best ones ever.
Oh no, yeah, that's next year.
And when you can go out there at the end of your like 20+ year career and still put on a better match than anyone else in the world, pretty much, I'd say. It was such an entertaining match. Pretty damn special. So.
And I could enjoy it because there were no broken ribs.
Yeah.
That I know of.
Mm. So yeah, that's WrestleMania 25. As a show overall, not brilliant. There's some weak points to it. Watching it live, I hated the fact that there was a Kid Rock concert in the middle of the fucking thing. Like, we knew that he was going to be performing, we thought he'd do a song, you know, but he was doing a song and they did another song, then he did another song. We're like, what the fuck? This is like 20 minutes of of wrestling we could be seeing, and it's just Kid Rock fucking dicking about on the stage. Awful. Nothing against Kid Rock. Oh, and the opening song was sung, America the Beautiful, was sung by Nicole something. She was in the Pussycat Dolls. And you were just like, as soon as you saw who it was, you were like, ugh.
No, as soon as she opened her mouth. I didn't do that.
You did?
No.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Why would you?
Huh?
Don't say that. I didn't do that.
You did do that.
I didn't
It's
do
been
that.
said. It's been said.
You did it now.
Alright,
Oh,
whatever.
that's horrible. Why would you
Anyway,
do something like that?
I didn't think her singing was that bad. I mean, it wasn't.
It's not bad, it's just I find singing like that so fake and
Yeah, I know what you mean.
annoying.
Yeah.
I'd rather listen to Justin Bieber. Yeah.
That's going too far.
No. I'd rather hear him singing it than her. Maybe not live now, but go back and, you know. That's mainly because people would probably boo him and that would be funny. And because he probably doesn't even know the words. I'm not fishing my way out of this one, am I?
Don't ever bring his name up again.
Justin Bieber. I don't like him, okay? Just so you know. I just like seeing people making fun of him. Justin Bieber.
Thanks for watching.
Bieber.
Really?